In today's episode, I want to discuss something really special and not as a discussion, but just to bring some point and to have a better understanding about things that are happening in the United States and your local community in some of the cities. But first, I want to read this to you real quick. And he said like this: Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievance. Constitution of the United States, First Amendment. And I'm going to start by saying this. We see how nowadays people are allowed to talk to law enforcement. Better yet, civilians talk to law enforcement. Either way they feel like, any way they feel like, no respect, no consequences, nothing happened to them. And I will say this: it's not a crime to talk freely, to express yourself and say how you feel, what you feel, and whatever you want to add to that. But my thing is this: when it comes to law enforcement or civilian talking or saying whatever they feel like to say to law enforcement, they will call him pig, this, that, and so many other weird word that we already know. And there's no consequences. There's nothing that nothing's gonna happen to them, and they know that. They know that the simple fact that they would say and call in whatever they want to call in and say whatever they want to say and talk to them however they feel like, they know there's no consequences for that. And we all agree with that. That's not a crime. You could say and express yourself any way you feel like, and you could say whatever you want to say. But one thing is to say how you feel, or one thing is to say what you want to say, but you don't have to be disrespectful. And that's why this thing have to be readdressed. The way people talk to law enforcement nowadays is with no respect at all. It's like they talking to their own family or like they talking to a stranger, whether you are in uniform, whether you're not. There's no respect at all. And of course, they could say that they are exercising their First Amendment right, their constitutional right, the freedom of speech. And we all know how that go. But my point is this: why there's no consequences for civilians to talk to law enforcement the way they feel like it, with no respect, no not politely. They could curse you, they could say and do whatever they want to do. And no consequences once again. But why, when law enforcement as a human being exercise their freedom of speech or their constitutional right, there is a problem. And this is when my point start. Apparently, the First Amendment or constitutional right works one way, not both way. And the reason why I'm saying this is because we see how people could do and say how they please. But when law enforcement try to say something, when they trying to express themselves, when they trying to exercise their religion of their freedom of speech, then it's a problem. And for me, that's a double standard. That's a double moral. So you could say and exercise your constitutional right, but they are not allowed to, they don't have right to express themselves just because they wearing a uniform, that's a problem because the Constitution is not signaling or pointing one particular person to exercise their constitutional right. It's in general. So that means you have that right, I have that right, they have that right, everybody have the right to exercise it. But if you say something that might hurt or offend someone else above you in terms of position or title, then it's a problem. And I'm glad that people are coming out and say how they feel. I'm glad people are coming out and expressing themselves, whether it's against or on behalf of law enforcement, because at some point, all this stupidity and all this commotion and all this craziness have to stop one way or another. And it's going to start by people coming out and exercising their constitutional right, because everybody have the right to say how they feel. Everybody have the right to express themselves. And nobody have to be punished by expressing themselves, by saying what they feel respectfully, because that's a constitutional right that people will exercise. Whether I like it or not, whether you like it or not, it have to be exercised because it's a constitutional right. It's in the Constitution of the United States of America. You might not know it, you might not exercise it, but there's a big and a great majority of people that will exercise to the fullest. So pretty much as a law enforcement, you have to be careful what you say and how you say it. Because it's not what you say or what you saying. It's where the expression or the exercise is coming from. That's the bottom line. That's what it comes down to. They could say it, but you cannot. They could exercise it, but you cannot exercise that constitutional right. And why? Are you not human? Are you not American? Are you not a citizen? There's a lot to ask when it comes to who can say and who cannot. Because apparently, for a certain group, it's fine and it's legit and it's legal to say whatever they want to say toward you. But it's wrong when you are the one saying how you feel and when you need to express to them. It's a problem. And that's a double standard. That's a double moral. That's a triple face. And it's a joke. It is nothing but a joke. The constitutional right is for everybody to exercise. Whether we like it or not, you are allowed to exercise your freedom of speech. You are allowed to exercise your freedom of religion. Whether you are in here, whether you are out there. So, be careful how you talk and who you talk to as well. Because like I said before, it's not about what you say. It's about who's saying it and to whom. Okay? Be careful, be careful, and be careful. This is it for today. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for more. One Under.